Hello, everybody. Welcome. We got a full house here tonight. I can't wait to do this show. I want to say hello to Elvis Rowan. Hello, Elvis.
Hello.
Hey, we got a guest of Kevin, John Miller. Hello, John. Welcome. He is a frequent karaoke patron and somewhat like in Kevin's area. We got the usual, pain in the A, Matt here. Hi, Matt. Oh, stop it. We love you, Matt and Kevin. Hello, Kevin.
Hello.
We are going to discuss a few things tonight if we have time. So well, I'm looking at the clock because we can't run over a certain time. But so I want to first just dig right in to where Matt Shun, he just had a wedding. And they insisted on doing karaoke at this wedding. And I've been dying because this actually just happened 2 days ago, right? Saturday? Yeah.
Yep.
Matt, how did it go?
It went well.
Go ahead.
It went really good. Yeah, it went really good. So I was supposed to start playing cocktail music at about 4:30, and I got there at 3 to get set up. I pull into this. It's at a little like United Steelworkers Hall in the middle of nowhere, kind of. Elvis probably knows the area. It's down by Vermilion there. So I get there. I pull into the lot, and there's no cars. So I'm like, "There's nobody here." So I go up to the door. The doors are locked. I'm like, I can't get in. So kind of sat there and waited for a bit, and nothing, whatever. So I'm like, okay, well, there's a gas station I heard about down the street. I'll just run down there and grab a coffee and some chips or whatever, and then maybe come back and wait it out. Nobody showed up until about 4:15. I sat there for yeah.
But what time was the guest supposed to arrive?
4:30.
And they showed up till what? What time? What time?
They showed up at 4:15, 15 minutes before I was supposed to start.
Yeah, that's not cool. Yeah.
So I come to find out later on, the bride told me that they had been running behind like the bulk of the day, but nobody bothered to let me know that things are behind schedule. You know what I mean? So anyway,
but the venue knew. Obviously, the venue knew, but you didn't.
Well, that's the thing is the person who had the keys to get into the venue was the event coordinator, which is a friend of the bride. She's the one that showed up at 4:15, and they were the ones that told me that we want you to start playing music at 4:30 because guests are going to start arriving between 4:30 and 5. So anyway, long story short, I got all my stuff loaded in there, and I got completely set up in time. I busted my butt to get it done, but we did the grand entrance at 5:00. So that was cool. And then from that point on, it was like smooth sailing. And yeah, so we did like a mix of
get to the karaoke.
We went back and forth between DJ music and karaoke. So I played background music during dinner and before dinner, and then they cut the cake and whatever, and then had their first dance and DJ'd for a bit, for probably about maybe I don't know, like an hour or something like that, and then got the first. I finally had a first request for karaoke singing, which was like I think she was the officiant of the ceremony. So that was like about an hour.
She wanted to sing?
Yeah.
The officiant, man?
Yeah. So, so we went back and forth for, I don't know, like we did like an hour of DJ music, and then I did like maybe a half hour karaoke, and then we did like another half hour of DJ music, and then more karaoke or whatever. And then it seemed like the last like I think the dance part started like around between 7 and 7:30, and so like the last 2 hours of the reception were nothing but straight up karaoke. So I think I might have worn them out a little bit with all the DJ music dancing, the dance music. And so they were.
Well, you're that wiki Matt and gets them tired out. Yeah, but
so
right?
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, the last I guess they were just tired and they wanted to just kick back and listen to people sing, and so that's what happened. The last 2 hours we did nothing but.
What was your observation with all the guests there? Let's just say with that, your first one, the officiant getting up to sing.
Mm-hmm.
Did you look around the room and people thinking, okay, are we at a wedding? Or did you get that impression?
Well, when the speeches were made, I think it was the bride that said, we're just on both sides, both sides of the family, her new hubby's side of the family and her side, everybody's into karaoke. I know these people because they're regulars of mine on Friday nights at the Legion.
Bingo.
That's how I got the wedding.
Yeah. Right.
So originally what happened was they did hire a DJ to do it for them, but then something happened where they had to switch the date of the wedding. They had to postpone it or something like that to a later date. And it turns out that DJ that they originally hired was not available for the new date that they picked.
Yeah, so the good guy's not available. Let's see if Matt is. No, I'm kidding, but yes.
So yeah. So anyway, so they came to the Legion one night and brought it up or whatever, and everything's been it's history in the making right there.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah. Like you had so many people that were into it. That's probably why it hit off. So many people wanted to do it. And the main important people, so they all ended up doing it.
I guess. Did you tell us that was the original DJ setup gonna do KJing too or not?
I never found that out.
Found that out. Okay.
I don't know.
Well, why wouldn't he though?
Well, because how many DJs do KJing too? I mean, you don't like doing it, so that's sort of the majority. So I would have.
Well, at a wedding, I don't like doing that.
Well, that's what
I got my reasons, and we'll get into that. Yeah.
But like I said, I just wondered if the original wasn't going to do that, and just things sort of fell into place. And then because Matt was available, they got sort of something they hadn't really thought about until he had mentioned something. It was like, hey, I do weddings too. Along with, and it's like, oh my gosh, we get the best of both worlds. We get music to dance to, and we're going to get karaoke, which we didn't think was normally something you can get at a wedding.
Yeah, see, I think differently. I was going to go to Elvis next, but he's off camera doing something, and he's got a phone call. He just messaged me. That's fine. Kevin, have you ever had a wedding with karaoke? Or I know you've done weddings in the past. Yeah.
Yes, that was my primary original concept, was just doing weddings. I am open to doing karaoke, and I have made suggestions as if there's a decent amount of people for the rehearsal, not so much day of, but I don't have a problem doing it day of. If that's what they want, it's their day, and I'm open for that. Now there is more time and materials with that, so there is a price adjustment. I have done one this year where it wasn't karaoke, and like I said, I have suggested that for rehearsals. Go to the rehearsal and maybe another hour and a half. They want to do some singing afterwards, maybe after they're eating there at the venue. I'm up for that.
Do you charge for those rehearsals, by the way?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
they wanted to do the karaoke, there would be a charge for that. But it's something to sort of liven up the mood. It's already the day before. They're always pretty festive anyways, but they can have a little fun. They don't want to get to bed too late. But
it's like the day before Thanksgiving, right? Really. If you think about it, to them, right? Yeah.
And now what I have done day of the event is I do trivia. And I had a newlywed couple that wanted to change it up for the cocktail. And we did trivia on the newlyweds.
Wow.
So
that's new to me.
We did 3 rounds of trivia. They gave me the questions and the right answer and 3 wrong answers, and I got it set up. This is a phone-based trivia game. And we did it at tables, so each table
was multiple choice answer.
Multiple choice. I wanted to keep it easy. I didn't want to have them write fill in the blank, because if they can't spell, it's sort of a disadvantage. So I just wanted to make it easy. Or it could have been true and false too, but that's a 50-50. At least with 4 choices, it narrows it down. And it's a timed. I set it up as a time, so the quicker you answer, the more points you'll get if you're right, but also the more points you'll lose. So it's always changing. It was enjoyable. People seemed to have a good time. So I did that, and I thought it was interesting, and that's another service I offer. I can do karaoke, and I have no problem doing that. And I do let them know that if that's something they would like to do, I'm open for it. Because I look at it like I'm not going to shoot my foot off just because I don't think it's right. I think it's their day, and if they want to do karaoke, I'm willing to do it.
Yeah. Interesting. Elvis, have you ever had your house, and obviously you're a DJ too.
Yep.
Have you ever had a wedding where they wanted karaoke too? See, I think we as KJs in here, I think a lot of people think automatically, well, let's get Matt, let's get Kevin, let's get they do and right away they want it at their wedding. Is that right or wrong?
Yeah, I would definitely think that.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool. I think that it definitely has this like probably time or place, in a wedding. I mean, unless the party is like really laid back, because if you open up karaoke, you might get some people that maybe just can't carry a tune as well, and scare off your guests and stuff. Your family that's there, but. If they were wanting and insisted on it, KJ or not a KJ, you're the DJ they hired and you want to make them happy.
See, this is where I'll come in and I'm going to give my answer. And that's, I was a wedding DJ long before a KJ. I think we're all DJs before KJs, really. I think that's how we all originated, for the most part, right?
Mm-hmm. I've been a KJ all my life.
Okay, well, okay, you can shut your camera up. No, I'm kidding, dude. We love you, Elvis. But if I get a call for a wedding and they're asking me, hey, can you do karaoke too? I will honestly, and don't shoot me, you guys, but I would try to talk them out of it. And I have reasons. One, I don't want to turn their wedding day into a karaoke bar scene, which is much like what Elvis just said. You're going to get this guy come up and sing Puddle of Mud. She hates me. And what is grandma and uncle? Yeah, what are they going to think about those lyrics? Are they going to, okay, I don't even care if I got cake yet, I'm leaving, And it's, I don't know, man. I'm telling you, it's a 50-50. And we're all in it. We all do this because we want to make money, right? Otherwise, why do it? I guess if the money's right and they insist on, yes, I want karaoke at the wedding, of course I'm going to do it. However, I'm not responsible for grandma, aunt, uncle leaving before you even cut the cake at that point. Or, I don't know. I think for the most part, the cake cutting is done before you do the karaoke, which I would hope this is the way you guys planned it. Oh, look, all of a sudden, Matt's in California. Nice.
I decided to take a little trip to Hawaii.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, yeah, Hawaii, whatever. But he, like what Matt just did, it was pre-planned, right? It was like, we want karaoke at this wedding. No ifs, ands, or buts, right? I mean, right or no?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, well, they brought it up. This was after they hired me too. She sent me a message going, "Hey, I know we hired you to be our wedding DJ, but can we do karaoke too?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah. I mean, I kind of expected that actually, because."
But didn't you?
Because they were karaoke patrons, right?
They're my karaoke regulars, and so I kind of expected that they might want that as well. So, and it doesn't. It's nothing for me to set up my karaoke monitor screen.
It's just one extra step, really.
Yeah,
honestly, if you think about it, right? Yeah.
So, and they also brought up that they didn't want it to turn into, a karaoke show or whatever. So they wanted to make it like an even balance, kind of a thing. So, there's a little one.
Yeah, she's going to bed. That's my granddaughter. She's Zinnia, but she always has to come in and kiss me goodnight. Good night, sweetheart. God, I'm sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
Yeah, so they also mentioned that they didn't want it to be turned into a karaoke night, so they wanted to have like an even balance between, dance music and singing. So, and I guess we kind of pulled that off. So it was successful.
I mean, what you could have done, and it's sort of, or you sort of played it by ear. You could have said, okay, the last hour and a half, we'll open up karaoke. Or you could have said...
That makes more sense, Kevin. Yes.
Yeah. Or you could have said, okay, we're taking requests. Once we hit, a certain amount, then we'll start in on it. Based on when the ending time is, how many karaoke songs you got in the queue, and adjust your start time based on that.
Once grandma and all the young kids leave, we'll start the karaoke.
It could have been an adult-only wedding too, so it might not have been a problem.
The funny thing is it was towards the end of the night there, probably close to the end, right around between 11:30 and midnight. The bride's brother-in-law, the new brother-in-law, had a little bit of sauce, you could say. And finally got up the courage to run up to the mic and wanted to sing, And so you're talking about "She Hates Me" by Puddle of Mudd.
Yeah.
This guy wanted to do Crazy Rap.
Oh, my God, that's even worse.
You know that one?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're being nice by saying Crazy Rap. That's the supposedly clean version, but it's not.
Oh, there is no clean version.
No. I don't know why they even made it Crazy Rap, or it's the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
But yeah, so I went to the bride.
Colt 45.
Yeah, Colt 45 and 2 zigzags. Yep. Yeah. So I went to the bride and I asked her. I said, your new brother-in-law, the groom's brother, wants to sing Crazy Rap. Are you cool with that or what? Because I'm just making sure. Because there's still some people here that are, all the older folks generally, they pretty much left not long after the first dance or whatever. So I would probably venture to guess that maybe an hour into the dance part of the reception, about maybe half of the people that were there had taken off. basically stuck around for the formalities or whatever, and then they hit the road.
Oh, usually once that cake's gone, they split. Usually, at a wedding. It's a shame, but that's really how it is. They stay for dinner, cake, and they're out of there. Yeah, a lot of them.
They stay for their obligated amount of time, and then they're done.
Yeah,
that's
it. Yeah. And usually after that, okay, it's party time, at most weddings, really. I mean, but what time did this guy want to do crazy rap?
Yeah, it was between like 8, it was between like 11:30 and 12. So I'm contracted to play until midnight. And so he was asking me like probably around like 11:30, quarter.
Well, I think that's appropriate. That's an appropriate time. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just wanted to verify with her that she was cool with it, that it wasn't like a big surprise. Like I didn't want her to come walking out of the bathroom and hear Colt 45 and 2 zigzags.
Yeah.
And go, what are you doing? So
how did he do with it? So how did he do?
Oh, his brother, and a couple other guys came up, and they were all doing it. Even the dad, the groom's dad,
yeah,
and and the you know what I'm saying, like the groom and the brother, their dad came up and did it with them. You know what I'm saying?
No kidding.
Yeah.
So how old was the groom's dad, by the way? I'm just curious. Like,
oh man, probably. God, he must have been pretty close to around our age, maybe a little bit older.
All right. So he knew that song, obviously.
Yeah.
It wasn't like when he was talked into to come up and
trying to fake
it. He knew it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Elvis does that song, and he doesn't have to look at the words and nothing. He can do that song blindfolded, by the way. Yeah. Right,
yeah,
Elvis?
Even the dad. The dad did a few songs himself, like solo. Did a George Jones song, something Scooby Doo.
Which one?
I can't remember what
Scooby Doo.
There's that's not the title of it, but that's part of the lyrics. I can't remember what the actual title of the song was.
I can't think of a George Jones song, and I know a lot of him that has lyrics.
Yeah, there's some lyrics in it where it's like Scooby Doo or whatever. It's like I can't remember.
All right, we all have to get back to us on that one because I want.
Yeah.
Elvis, I got a question.
What's up?
How often do you just DJ now? I know you started off as a KJ, right?
Yep. No,
do you just do DJ gigs too, or no?
I've done a couple just straight playing music for people.
Okay.
But yeah, generally my shows run differently than a lot of other KJs. A lot of people hate it, some people don't. But it's just I do karaoke and then I do DJ. So I will have my karaoke set, and then I will do like a 3-song set of some DJ requests. Cause I'll walk around my bar, and I usually will, like, if people are not participating in karaoke, I try to get them to sing, or otherwise is there a song you guys want to hear tonight?
What do you want to hear? Right. Yeah.
And so I'll ask them, and if it's not still, I play just a couple. Like, it all depends on the time of the night. Also, but it's like the 9 to like 10:30, 11 o'clock. I'll do like CCR and some Eddie Money. You're
just looking around the room.
Yeah,
to see
and I look who's all in a bar, and I'll play like 3 songs. Sometimes if there's like no karaoke,
like 80s and 90s type throwback stuff.
Yep, and after a bit, like if I don't have karaoke, maybe the DJ set will go a little longer. It all depends on the karaoke crowd. If I know that they're just there and they're hanging out with friends anyways, they don't really care, then I can do that. If they're like, I want to sing XXX, so then I will just fill them in and make a karaoke round, but then I just go right back to the DJ for a bit.
All right, now that Elvis brought this up, I got a question. I'm going to go around the room real quick, and then we're going to get to John Miller, who is a karaoke patron and visits sometimes 3, maybe 4 venues a week, and one of them is Kevin's, and I want to get to him. I appreciate him being in here. But do us as KJs set aside maybe 20 minutes for just dance music every show? Yes or no? Matt, go.
No.
Okay. Elvis.
Yes.
I do too. Kevin.
I'm going to go with the Ben Stowe answer. It depends.
Yeah, you know what? And I like that answer, Kevin.
If it's really jamming and I've got a long list, then probably not. If it's nights where it's sort of slow and I got time and someone has brought up a song, I'll do a few songs.
I guess I'll lean that way too, because it depends on the venue.
Yeah.
Yes.
It does.
I think Matt answered too quickly. If you don't have enough singers, obviously you're going to do a little more music, right?
Right.
To fill in that time, So
like my Saturday show, that'll definitely happen, because that place is like kind of out in the middle of nowhere, I guess you could say. It's in the south end of the Twin Cities, kind of a boony area. And most people that come there, they don't really start going out until maybe 10, 10:30, 11, something like that. So it doesn't really start to pick up until later, So I generally tend to, like the first hour of the night or something like that, I'll just do straight DJ music and get things, like the show starts at 8:30, then I'll start doing karaoke at 9:30 if I have enough singers.
Yep. Right. A lot of times away. Now, there's been times where as soon as I've started, regulars come in and it's like they get on the app and boom, it's like I've got already 5. Well, I'm kicking off early tonight. Like I said, it just depends on how the night is laid out in front of me.
Mm-hmm. See, Kevin, though, but sometimes, okay, all right, I already got 5, and once you get them 5 up, hopefully, in your case, you're getting more on that app. Otherwise, now it's like, okay, I got to do a 20-minute music break,
Normally, if it starts out that soon, right from the get-go, it's usually a jamming night the whole way to the end.
Which is nice.
It's like, it's like, hey, great, everybody's having a good time. I'm getting like 30 songs in the queue. It's a happening night. And it's nice because when it does that, it makes the night seem to go faster, especially when you're doing a 4-hour show.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I brought all this up because we got John Miller in the room, and he, like I said, he's a regular karaoke patron. And John, when you go to a karaoke show, does it piss you off? Or can I say that on here? Well, I just did. But when DJs go into regular dance music or just doesn't have to be rap or just music to fill it in, does that get you upset? I'm curious.
There's times where I feel like it kind of does, because I'm usually there to do the karaoke. Like, that's why I came. But if there's only a couple of singers, it happens to be a weird night, it wouldn't be bad to have maybe a couple of songs in between. But then, like, I was at one recently and they were pretty much done with the karaoke, but they decided at the end to do some line dancing. I happen to know some of the ones they did, so it was nice to do that, like, afterwards, just kind of dance.
But when you say they were pretty much done with the karaoke, does that mean they didn't have anybody signed up and they just went into line dances or whatever to finish it? Or
yeah, they were just at 10 o'clock. The place closed, or they said that. Well, he just kept going. And I guess maybe he knows the owner, so he was allowed to keep going. So they started doing some line dances, and then they did a couple of group things where everybody sang together, and he got
that's neat. Yeah,
he got him going. He's a musician, and it was kind of interesting. First time I've been.
I'm gonna put you on the spot. What's your number one go-to when you go to a venue? What's your first song you do?
It depends on the crowd. Like, I try to pick a song that I know well. I like to do a Billy Joel song because I feel like everybody says that's where I'm at.
You got no argument here. I love Billy Joel. So basically, you look around the room, like look at who's in there, right? Just like us DJs do. When we're doing a gig, we'll look around the room, kind of feel the crowd out. If we're just doing DJ, So you, on the other side, as a singer, you will also look around the room and say, what do I know that these people are going to know, right? Is that what you're saying? Or
yeah, there's times where I'll do that. If there's some decent singers, I'll try to pick something I feel like I'm really good at singing. But also the crowd songs are fun because people like them, sing with you.
Well, name one.
A song I think people. Well, I was at one recently that John Legend, "All of Me." People seem to like that.
Yeah. Kevin pre-warned you I'm going to put you on the spot, right? Because you're in there. But
yeah, that's fine.
No, but so what Billy Joel one would you go to? I'm curious.
She's
Got Away.
Always a woman? Oh, okay.
She's Got Away.
He's got a couple with she's. She's always a woman, and she's got away. Yeah.
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 There's always the old standby piano man. Yeah.
I'm curious, do you know any Elvis karaoke that you do?
I've done that. Can't Help Falling in Love. Elvis song.
Elvis, you've done that many a night, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sweet.
The other thing
So what keeps you coming back to the shows that you go to? There's got to be one reason, and it's not just, because it's the only place that does it tonight. Or is it? I'm curious.
Sometimes it's that way. I go back because I think that's the one that's doing it that night. But there are some nights where there's multiples that I'm trying to decide. But I tell you, one thing was just when the KJ is just a nice person, like they treat you nice. They're kind of. There's one lady, she kind of like, you can tell she loves music, so she's kind of like sitting there, nodding her head. It's like, ooh, man, I like this song. Good choice, So
yeah, but you said you wasn't going to bring Kevin up, but go ahead.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Poor Kevin.
I'm always doing my Stevie Wonder sway.
But he falls over.
Yeah.
Yeah, weevils wobble, but they won't.
I was at one.
Yeah.
I say that, I go back because people are nice. I like sound, like I'm into music. So if the sound's terrible, I even asked the place, I'm like, what is wrong with your sound? I'm like, it sounds terrible. Like there's a blown speaker or something here.
Sound. I'm glad you brought that up because sound is very important when it comes to karaoke. I mean, there've been some places that I'll use their house system. I'll just tie into it, and my followers will say, "What's wrong with the sound?" I'm like, "Sorry, I was lazy tonight. I tied into this." And people like you, John, are used to what you bring to your show. And that includes sound. They notice changes. They notice right away. And
it's funny,
unfortunately,
that KJ, she's not a real, she's kind of like, she only does it. I don't think she's ever like officially called herself that. She just kind of does it. But she was like, listen, she was on her phone texting, and I said, hey, can you turn that up? And she's like, oh, I've got it up, And then I asked somebody there, I was like, can you hear that? I was like, it sounds like it's a buzzing one of those speakers has got a problem. And it was because I went there again, and there's a different KJ that comes in, and I could tell the same sound was there. Even though she brings in different equipment, she still ties into the house sound, and it was off too. So
there's an issue with the ground or something in that house system or whatever. I
feel like
but you would notice it. I think even she noticed it before she even started, and she's like, "Well, what am I gonna do? Whatever."
That could be like an outlet that they're plugging into or something like that. Whatever, it's like a bad outlet, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. That can cause a hum. I've had that happen to me, like at a place that I played at for wedding receptions in the past. It's like you got to switch it. There's a thing that you can get. It's and I can tell you guys about it later, I suppose. But there's like an extension kind of a thing that plugs into the wall, and then your power cord plugs into that, and it's supposed to eliminate anything like that happening. Whether if you have a bad outlet and it would cause you to get a hum in your speakers, this thing eliminates it.
I think it's called a power conditioner.
No,
that's different.
It's a cord. It's a power cord that plugs into the power outlet, and then it's a female on the other end. So and then you're like a power strip or an extension cord. The male end of the extension cord plugs into the female end of that whatever. I don't know.
But Kevin's right. If you have a power conditioner, that will eliminate probably 98% of any hum. However, just a little trick before we attempt to wrap this up. Mm-hmm. When all our stuff is all 3-prong, right? And I'll plug it into the outlet, right? And then I deal with what I have to do up here to plug things in, If I'm getting a hum, I have in my laptop bag one of those 3 to just 2, right? That usually will eliminate hums. Try it. You get them at the dollar store for crying out loud. Now it's $1.25 store, right? I think in most.
Well, like a $5 store or something.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, 5 and below. But
I got an idea for the next episode. I think I had a couple of singers that came to my show last night who were they were talking about going to other shows, and the hosts are like they're in bands or something like that, but they do karaoke on the side. And so one guy is like he's a guitar player, like a lead guitar player, and then this other show that they go to, the guy's a drummer, and they'll set up the guitar guy will bring his guitar with him. And the drummer guy will bring his drum set with him, and they'll play along while the karaoke's going. The drummer guy will drum.
John has been to a live karaoke band, so we could have a discussion with him about that and his experience there.
Yeah, and then the guitar guy. I mean, just you could be up there singing and not even expect this, but then he just starts riffing on his guitar over your song, and it's like. I didn't want that, it just kind of throws you off a little bit. So we could talk about that maybe next time.
Or not.
I'm just curious how many hosts are. I'm
glad Elvis laughed at that because I could tell he wasn't interested either.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
And he's your friend. He's your friend too.
There's hosts out there that are doing this stuff, and it's like, is that a good thing? They're looking at it like. It's a value added to their show.
I think it's terrible.
It sets them apart as being different. You know what I mean? But I think I don't like it.
It depends on whether you're a traditionalist or if you like to try something new.
Yeah, I don't. You know what? You know what?
As an option.
Hey, whatever works, right? Really, where you're at, what you're doing, whatever works.
Yeah.
John. I counted all mine up. I got to 14 different places that I've been.
Yeah.
For this.
Does
I was saying, like,
Elvis sing any Billy Joel by any chance?
I do.
What are your hits by Bill? Hey, blame John. He brought him up. I'm a big Billy fan.
I like. Oh no, that's not Billy Joel. The other one I have tend to is Piano Man. Yeah, Billy Idol. I do a couple of his songs.
John, do you do a Piano Man too?
I'll do it. I just don't feel like it's a little bit more difficult to sing than the other ones, or at least for my voice. But I'll do it once in a while. But it is more of a bar song that would go well in a bar.
I was just curious, because Billy Joel, he's hard. I mean, he's got a whole bunch of different ranges, and
we didn't start the fire.
Oh my God! Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah,
man, you got to slow that one down.
Good luck with that. Yeah, give me -10 on that one.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Hey, listen, I want to thank John Young from Disc Jockey News. He's the one that allows us to be in here, and it's great. We're getting a great response on YouTube. And by the way, you guys are watching it right now on YouTube. Don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe. Don't cost you anything. And hit that bell to get notified when there's new content. Michael, which is John Young's son, he's the one that produces this whole show, gets it ready and throws it up on YouTube. And we appreciate the hell out of him, too. I appreciate all you guys in here tonight.
Yeah,
but right now,
a magician with the editing techniques.
Kevin warned John before we recorded, and Elvis didn't get the warning, but right now I want to go out with Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis. Both of you, a cappella. Right now, take us home. Good night, everybody. Go.
Hey, go, John. You want to do it? Go.
Let's go.
You can do it a cappella.
A cappella. Yeah, go.
Wise men say only fools rush in. I can't help falling in love with you.
I'll do that.